So my brother's 280 SEL, which Dad bought new in '79, has a failing aerial, and this is an original Hirschman as on my dad's 6.9. Um, it's a four-mast system. These Hirschman units, which are harder to find now, are repairable with specialists. They're of high quality, and you can tell they're a Hirschman because they've got the embedded H not only on the mast top but also on the body there. And there's a couple of types. Most of the ones in the 116 are the metal body, which is hidden in the carpeted portion of the boot, which you can see in here. So the motor's actually underneath there. It's readily accessible. So the mast of a Hirschman, as per my own 6.9, is 80 centimeters or so in height. You can see. Now, ultimately, beggars can't be choosers nowadays, and if you can't find a Hirschman, which is quite difficult to do, you're going to end up with an aftermarket unit. And this is my brother's 280. So this is after we've actually fit the replacement, which is an Aerpro. I didn't know at the time, I already had an Aerpro, but my brother's mast wouldn't go up or down. You can see it on the left. It was stuck halfway up. So luckily I found one after checking 4 stores. It cost about 180 Australian dollars. So the AP178E is what we're after, and this is listed as fitting cars like the 123, and ultimately it should fit most of the sort of 70s and 80s Mercs. It looks pretty similar on the external. It includes a number of mounts and securing brackets, and for a 116 it has everything you need. Now there's the old one, which turned out to be the exact same model. I could have possibly got a replacement mast. The masts are reportedly AP12. If you need a replacement, it is an AP12. And you can see it's got all the wiring on there and the coaxial for your aerial. So after removing it, which does require the removal of your carpet, the carpet's held in by only one little friction grommet at the top, which you'll see in a later picture. Then you've got access to everything. And there's your antenna cable. You saw the socket for the wiring, which I'll show you later. And here's the new motor ready to go in. Now the fittings need to come off at the top. So you can see it's pretty close looking to the original, and it's better than having a mast stuck halfway up. So here's the new and the old, and the main thing about them is the adjustable angle piece. So that's fixed on there, and that determines the angle the aerial faces back. Like, it doesn't actually go straight up if you look at the correct position. So this is the old one with the mast removed. So these are technically serviceable because the little plastic cable in the mast does wear, and that's normally what gives way on these. So if I had access, I would have just fit the AP12 mast, but I didn't know at the time, and I just wanted the job done. So here's the new one, and we're going to take off the 3 caps here. And I'm going to drop that and then spend half an hour looking for it. So there's the adjustable angle, which is a little bit of playing with to figure out how you want it to sit. So here's my elderly father giving us a hand. Just popping on the rubber grommet first. On goes the aesthetic trim, and then the securing cap. Now you just thread that on with a wrench gently on the top after you've hand threaded it. But first of all, just get it in there so it holds itself. Then you can start playing with the angle, plugging in the wiring. And I'm sorry about the filming, but I'm just holding the antenna whilst trying to film. There's the 3 wires that come off the aerial, and I've crimped on some little bullet connectors, which are, you know, generic things from your hardware store. There's the layout there, red and black at the top, green at the bottom. Now the important thing is to make sure that the mast doesn't actually interfere with the boot when you open and close it. Not that that's a situation that should really happen, but I'm going to turn it on here. So you can see it's a 5-mast system. There's 5 parts compared to the original Hirschman's 4. Not a drama. The aerial's a little bit taller, but you can see that actually looks pretty good. And from 5-10 meters away, you couldn't tell that this was not a factory part. So the boot's up. It's not interfering with the mast. If you tip it in. And then again, just checking everything is okay with the clearance. And then you can see the wiring in here, as well as a little bracket which attaches to the bottom of the body of the motor to the body of the car, and that's included in the unit, and it's malleable. You just bend it up. And we're just going to check the reception now. So the trim's back on, and we'll jump in.
$4.50.
The sale ends on.
That is the new antenna. See, it works.